The Dream Season Football League 6 is the series that determined the greatest dynasty in NFL history. And we have a matchup between two of the greatest dynasties in the history of the sport tonight as the greatest show on turf, the 2000's St. Louis Rams, who went to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. Their dynasty was thwarted in 01 by this team, the dynasty of the 2010's New England Patriots, who began a run unlike any we have ever seen in the history of the sport. Ironically, the Patriots dynasty ended against this very team and the Rams in the Super Bowl of 2018. That capped off an incredible run led by New England. The 2000's St. Louis Rams and the 2010's New England Patriots. Nick Rice joined alongside Gavin Hill. Gavin, what are your thoughts of what should be a marquee hot heavyweight matchup here tonight between these two great football teams?
Yeah, it's the greatest show on turf versus the New England Patriots, and both teams are hungry for a win here. We'll see a bunch of points scored, hopefully, and we are ready for a fight.
These are two of the top 3 scoring offenses in the DSFL 6. These are two of the great offenses overall in the history of the game, led by the GOATs at quarterback and Tom Brady, and certainly right behind him in one of the great quarterbacks of all time, Kurt Warner. The run-up for the Patriots, Stefan Gostkowski, and we are underway. The winner of this heavyweight bout is the first team in the league to clinch the postseason. Kurt Warner, a former grocery bagger, is currently tied for the best completion rates in the DSFL 6, 73%, 4th in yards, 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and an offense that is among the best in the league this season, racking up 317 yards a game. That is the 2000's St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf. Empty formation for the first play of the game, and Warner finds his man. That's Isaac Bruce. He is taken down by Hightower and Guy after a 14-yard pickup to begin the game. That could be just the beginning of so many big passing plays for the Rams tonight. First down and 10 for St. Louis. The Rams, scoring 23 points per game, have overwhelmed so many defenses, especially throughout this winning tear. Inside run to Falk, and with the flag, he gains 12, and a Rams first down.
Yeah, there's going to be a flag on the receiver, Isaac Bruce, who just caught that pass before.
And for St. Louis, they have 2 star wide receivers. Bruce is joined by Torrey Holt. Play fake. Warner gets rid of it deep, and the pass is reeled in by Bruce. Another 17 yards. The tackle from Patrick Chung. First down, St. Louis.
Yeah, Bruce is all over this Patriots defense. He is such a talented receiver that will attack you if you don't cover.
Now the Rams have 2 top-flight wide receivers, both with over 600 yards. That is Isaac Bruce with 622, and Torrey Holt, 8th in the league with 799. Part of an offense that, when they get the running game going, is almost unstoppable. Inside run, aforementioned, here's Marshall Falk, who gallops into the secondary and picks up 8. There's a look, Gavin, at the numbers this season and last week for Marshall Falk.
Yeah, Marshall Falk, 195 rushing yards. He is just a great running back. And not only he can rush, but he can catch too. So you got to watch out for Falk with that doubleheader.
Yeah, for the Rams, they have a real Swiss Army knife, unlike what we have seen in recent memory. To the corner goes Ernie Conwell, and the tight end gains 23. Out of bounds, shoved by Gilmore at the 10. First and goal, St. Louis.
Yeah, we're not 6 minutes in. We're 6.5 minutes in, and they're already first and 10.
Just a sensational drive, Gavin, to think that this New England defense, while they may not be the most productive unit, they have several all-pro players in that secondary especially, and Warner is shredding them to pieces to begin the game. With 2 tight ends, the Rams go to the ground, and Marshall Falk carries to the 8. It's a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, Brady is telling this game, hey, you got to cover these guys if you're going to win.
And with second down and goal, the Patriots have yet to really cover much of anybody on this opening drive. It's an inside run to Marshall Faulk.
There it is.
Touchdown, St. Louis.
That's how dangerous Marshall Faulk is. He is a great running back, and he is dancing his way into pay dirt.
And for Marshall Faulk, he has been a touchdown machine with a league-high 11 this year. We all knew that the Rams had a star passing game, and the greatest show on turf featured two incredible receivers, one of which is on the short list for future Hall of Famers. That is Torrey Holt, the product out of NC State. But Marshall Faulk already in Canton, he's pretty good too, and he finds the end zone to cap a 6-play drive. You mentioned it, Gavin. They didn't just score. That was really quick and really easy for the Rams.
Yeah, they are here to play and play hard.
It was a sensational drive, and the other issue, which I'm sure Bill Belichick is hoping to address, is that New England really was torched in the secondary. They really had a tough time covering these excellent receivers and even the tight end, Ernie Conwell. There has been no covering Tom Brady this year. He is the quarterback for New England with the 5th most touchdown passes in the DSFL 6. It's the GOAT at quarterback. Tom Brady takes the field for the Patriots.
Yeah, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, who's been in the league for a long time, has done it all here.
And he currently has a quarterback rating that is among the tops on the charts for the DSFL 6. He hands to his backup runner, that's Stevan Ridley, who was taken down by Kevin Carter for a 1-yard loss. The Patriots, despite, of course, the excellence of Tom Brady, they have to be a bit concerned that James White with a torn labrum is inactive tonight. That certainly hampers this offense a bit.
Yeah, torn labrum is really hard to recover on, and that is painful for New England.
Yeah, torn labrum is in fact also the injury to left tackle Sebastian Vollmer, who is out for tonight's game. The Patriots, of course, most of the DSFL series, they feature the 07 team. This is a club that has a completely new lineup except for a couple of players on offense. Tom Brady, of course, at quarterback, and Logan Mankins at guard. Stretch run to the left, and Ridley is taken down again at the line of scrimmage. 2 quick runs, and now the Patriots face 3rd down. New England's needing the 35. Brady checks it down to Rob Gronkowski, who is hammered out around the 1st down marker, yet the defense makes the stop inches short. Dre Bly makes the tackle, and the Patriots go 3 and out.
Yeah, already they have a 3 and out, and that the greatest show on turf is going to be back on the field.
Well, certainly for New England, this wasn't the type of start they expected. Rob Gronkowski inches away from keeping it going. For a team that in New England, as we just mentioned, is down a couple of starters offensively, I'm sure the Rams are licking their chops hoping to get after Tom Brady. They didn't touch him there. We'll see if they can on the following drive. Here is the punt, which sails to about the 21, and a flag has been thrown. Malcolm Butler with a face mask.
Yeah, the Super Bowl hero grabbing by the face mask. Not a good foul there for Malcolm Butler.
Well, we talked about this, Gavin, before the game. It's been an unprecedented run for the 2000's St. Louis Rams. And when looking at stuff before the game, Gavin, it sounded like you were a little bit surprised that the Rams have played as well as they have this year. Not saying that they aren't an incredible dynasty. They have won 8 of 9 as Marshall Faulk dances outside. It's a 5-yard gain. It's a bit shocking for many folks that the Rams have played as well as they have.
Yeah, they not only have guts, but they got a ton of heart.
And for St. Louis, winners of 8 of 9, they have the longest winning streak going in the league, 7 consecutive victories, an incredible run. They're now tied for the best record of the conference at 8-4. 3rd and 1, Marshall Faulk dives to the 49-yard line. It isn't much, but a Rams 1st down. The tackle from the middle background of Alabama, and Dante Hightower moved those chains for St. Louis.
Yeah, Faulk, as you say, move those chains. Faulk is just attacking this defense from New England, and the Rams are in motion to score again.
Yeah, you know, this was part of the criticism throughout so many of those Super Bowl runs for the Patriots in the early part of the 21st century. Quick throw over the middle to backup running back Arlen Harris. The Patriots had an offense that was incredible and a defense that in some aspects was just suspect. And in the DSFL 6, they haven't been very good at all. Here's an inside run, and Justin Watson picks up a couple as the defense is reeling yet again.
Yeah, the Rams are doing a mix of both pass and run on this drive, and so far they're doing really good. There's another run right there.
Arlen Harris, 15 yards on a first down. This New England defense to begin the game, well, it's leaving a whole lot to be desired. The Rams are back inside scoring range already with a touchdown lead.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil is excited to have his team outmatching New England, and they're doing it right now.
Yes, Dick Vermeil, an incredible story as a head coach in the 80s with Philadelphia when he guided the team to the Super Bowl. He was retired for over a decade and joins the Rams and turns it around in just 3 years from an absolute dumpster fire into a Super Bowl champion. A quick throw to Torrey Holt gains 8, and the Rams have marched into the red zone. The first 6 minutes of DSFL 6 radio between the top two teams in each conference, it's been no contest. Fire over the middle, Warner's throw, 8 yards to Conwell, continues a hot start to the game for Kurt Warner, 6 for 6 for the Rams quarterback to begin the game. On a 1st and goal, they'll go to the ground. And this time, Marshall Faulk is smoked for a loss, taken down by Lawrence Guy at the 6. That brings up 2nd and goal. The drive continues for the Rams. Warner from the gun, shuffles back to the 15, and the quarterback is sacked. Lawrence Guy joins number 52, Landon Roberts.
That is what New England wanted, because the Rams have been driving, and they finally get a sack for lunch.
Yeah, the Patriots, for all their mistakes, they do have an offense in the Rams that have given up the most sacks in the DSFL, now 38 this year, so I'm sure that was on the scouting report for Bill Belichick and New England going into the game. A defensive mastermind. Patriots bring a 7-man rush, and Brady's 3rd and goal pass is incomplete. That sack seemingly entirely changed the momentum of that drive, and now the Rams will settle for the Jeff Wilkins field goal. He continues his perfect streak. Wilkins is 24 for 24 on field goals this year. The kick is good.
Yeah, Wilkins nailed that field goal, and it is 10-0 Rams.
And here goes the kickoff from Jeff Wilkins, and it sails to about the 1-yard line, taken back by the electric Danny Amendola. Wrapped up in the hash at the 24. The Ram tackle is from Jeff Robinson. Slow start for the Patriots, Gavin.
Yeah, this dynasty on offense for New England doesn't have a lot of receivers except for Julian Edelman and Gronk, but they're still a really talented team nonetheless.
But with just 9 yards of offense in this first quarter, New England, I'm sure with the way the Rams have been moving, are desperate to get something going. Brady's pass
almost
really
intercepted there.
Whoa, off of the hands of Mike Jones, who, of course, was the hero in the Super Bowl of '99 against Tennessee. Brady finds his man, that's Rob Gronkowski over the middle. And unlike on the first drive, New England is leaning on the services of their quarterback to begin this possession.
Yeah, Brady needs to feed Gronk in order to tire out this defense.
Rob Gronkowski's catch gives him now 59 this year, which has been part of a sensational run for the tight end. Brady turns and hands to his running back, who avoids another 3 and out. It's a 9-yard scamper from Stevan Ridley to close the first quarter. We have played 8 minutes from SoFi Stadium in LA. It's not Edward Jones Dome, but it still has the same feel, a sellout crowd here in SoFi Stadium, where the 2000's Rams lead the 2010's Patriots. The winner clinches the first postseason spot in the DSFL 6. Our score is 10-0. Start of the second is up next. This is the DSFL 6 on EA Sports. Welcome back. Both teams switch sides in the Patriots. line up with their own 41 to begin the second. Nick Rice and Gavin Hill here from Los Angeles. Play fake. Brady looks, drops back to the 30, and the quarterback is wrapped up by Carter and Farr for a loss of 14 on the play.
Yeah, Brady couldn't find anyone open, so he just took the sack. And look at Warner flexing there.
Well, kudos to anyone who saw that one coming. Kurt Warner is just jazzed, isn't he, Gavin?
Yeah, he said, I got sacked, and how about a taste of your own medicine, Brady?
This would be an impressive down and distance to overcome, 2nd and 24 against this defense that's rolling. Great protection. Brady drops back inside the 20-yard line. Now here comes Leonard Little, who brings him down to the 15-yard line. You couldn't blame the offensive line there as the Patriot quarterback is dumped again.
Yeah, Brady basically saying, come on, offensive line, protect me, for crying out loud.
I think they did a whole lot of that. This offense looks like a shell of itself to begin the game. New England scores the second most points in the entire league. Only Cleveland of the 1940s has more points this season than 23.5 a game for New England's. Yet the Patriots, so far offensively, had been dreadful. Down 10-0. They've got to figure out a way to get something sparked here. Brady completes the running back screen out of the flat to LeGarrette Blount. And the tailback out of Oregon doesn't do much. Adam Archuleta makes the stop after the 10-yard gain.
Yeah, that screen will not help them at all. So it's 4th and forever, and they're going to punt.
The 2000's Rams have won 8 of 9. The Patriots have garnered wins in 5 consecutive games, including a 31-8 rout in this building last week at the 60s San Diego Chargers. The Patriots come in at 9-3, tied for the best record in the league, and they're off to a horrid start. The punt of 47 is brought back by Hakeem, 2 yards. The tackle is from Devin McCourty of the Patriots. 1st and 10, St. Louis at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, Warner is marching his men back out onto the field, and we're going to see if they can score again.
Rams, of course, 2 for 2 scoring on drives. Warner's hit as he throws. Screen to Falk. He gets a block of the 30 and cuts back to the 37-yard line. There's a look at the first half numbers for the sensational Kurt Warner. He has completed at least 61% of his passes in every game this year. He throws over the middle, and that pass is incomplete. He had a franchise record 90% completions in the Week 11 game at the Buccaneers. Kurt Warner has been sensational, and his offense faces 3rd and 2. Warner with a deep drop is rushed, lobs it short to the right, and he finds his man, the toe-tapping Isaac Bruce, as a St. Louis first down. The Rams offense continues what has been an incredible start to the game. Draw. Falk taken down by Sheard after a short game.
Yeah, Falk is just wearing out this New England team, and Warner is just picking on the bones here.
And that is an interesting conversation because the Patriots, even great offenses will go a couple of drives without scoring. But when you go up against a team like the Rams, it makes every drive that much more important. Draw to Marshall Falk, and he is stuffed. Sheard makes the play again, and that brings up a 3rd down and 6. Rams bring out an empty formation at the 47-yard line. Warner against the rush is swallowed up at the 38. It's Rob Ninkovich with the 3rd down stop for that Patriot defense.
Yeah, Rob Ninkovich just went up the gut and attacked Kurt Warner, and that was a great stop by New England.
Just his first full sack of the season for the linebacker out of Purdue, Rob Ninkovich, and the Rams will punt. St. Louis, ironically, has been a much better team on the road. They are 3-2 at home. The Patriots are 3-3 on the road, 6-0 at home. So they have been much, much better at Gillette Stadium. Edelman returns to the 27. What do the Patriots have to do, Gavin, to get this offense going?
They can't make any fatal mistakes because If they make mistakes on this Rams defense, it'll cost them, and they will lose this game if they're not careful. This is a stingy Rams defense.
Yeah, they've been rolling to begin the game. 5-man rush. Brady throws a cross. First catch of the football game for Brandon Cooks, and it's a gain of 14. Tommy Poley has been hurt for St. Louis. The Rams have a clean bill of health defensively, but now they lose one of their best linebackers, the product out of Florida State, Tommy Poley.
Yeah, he's heading into the locker room with one of his coaches, and hopefully he can come back in this game.
Well, as you can see there, 24 yards is the total for this offense in the first half of what has been a rout. Brady throws an outcut to tight end Martellus Bennett. That's a gain of 4. He is one of quite a few players for the Patriots who were just 1 or 2 season free agent acquisitions. They weren't there throughout the entire dynasty, but they made big plays as they were there. Brandon Cooks is another one of those folks who joins in free agency and helps the Patriots meet Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. Of course, they lost that game. Quick drop. Brady misfires the throw to Gronkowski, and it brings up third down. He was wide open.
Yeah, you do not see Brady misfire a pass like that. And as you see, Gronk is telling him, what were you thinking?
And now it brings up third down. The Patriots this season are converting 39% of their third downs. Brady goes deep. There's Edelman to the left side. A gain of 8. David Andrews, already their left tackle is down. How about now their left guard? Andrews is out with 3:52 to go in the half.
Yeah, grabbing on his back. Not a good injury there, and he's going into the locker room.
Well, it looked like his back was the problem, right? Well, there's his wrist. Whatever. First down and 10 from the 47. 10-0 Rams, but the Patriots have something brewing here. He throws a seam route. That's incomplete. 6 of 9, 54 yards. Decent numbers. Certainly, though, not the sort of big plays that we're accustomed out of this offense. Brady with the pass rush coming. He is sacked again, taken down by Kevin Carter.
Yeah, Brady cannot hold on to the ball because that'll happen, and this Rams defense knows it.
And Kevin Carter, the Rams pass rusher by way of Tennessee, makes the big play, or Florida rather, big play for the Rams. 7.5 sacks for Carter this season. He was a freak, 6'6", 305 pounds. And that's what quite a few called him, and he was just sensational in his run of the 2000s. Brady goes deep on a 3rd and 23, doesn't convert, but gains 19. So the Patriots, they won't go for it or punt. Here goes Gostkowski. 58 yards away for Gostkowski. The kick is on the way, and it's good. What a kick. 58 yards away. Great hole from Garoppolo, and the Patriots are on the board.
Yeah, nice kick there for Gostkowski, and New England's on the board, and it is good.
Well, that's his 5th kick from beyond 50, and he already made one from 58 this year, so this maybe wasn't quite as surprising, but nevertheless, that is incredible by way of Stefan Gostkowski. 2:50 to go in the half. Our score is 10-3 in favor of the St. Louis Rams as the Rams lose wide receiver Ricky Prohl. This has been a physical second quarter, and the injuries certainly have shown the sort of intensity these teams have had in today's game. Despite the struggles from the Patriots, it's just a one-score football game. Hightower makes the stop with Falk at the line of scrimmage. A hotly contested duel, intra-conference foes, Rams and New England. Warner, back, swings it to his left, and Conwell makes the toe-tapping grab. It's a gain of 3. Rams this season are converting 41% of their third downs.
Yeah, the Rams are the greatest show on turf, and they are passing a lot here.
Play fake. Warner on 3rd and 8 is going deep, and it's a leaping catch of the 46-yard line. 22 yards to Isaac Bruce. First down, St. Louis.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce is just torturing this New England defense, and they cannot cover Isaac Bruce.
Already 4 quick grabs for the star Rams receiver. St. Louis had the best offense in the NFL, for 3 straight years. And had Kurt Warner not been hurt in 2000, the Rams may have just had a 3-year stretch as Warner completes the long ball to Bruce again, another 16 yards for Bruce. But the Rams, had Warner not got hurt, statistically, they could have had the greatest 3-year stretch offensively in the history of the game. That's just how good they were in the 2000s.
Yeah, and if Kurt Warner wasn't hurt, that would have been a great dynasty for the Rams, but unfortunately he did.
He still has one of the greatest dynasties ever, even though he got hurt. He flips it short to his right. There is Roland Williams with his first grab of the game. It's a pickup of 9 as he is stocked up by number 27, the Patriots' Stephon Gilmore, just short of a first down. For those of you who are just joining us, the DSFL 6 is the series on Madden 21. This is a next-gen video game, PS5, to determine the greatest dynasty of all time. These are the teams with the best record in each conference. He goes deep over the middle. Here is Isaac Bruce, who is taken down inside the Patriot 5, and a timeout is called by the combo of Mike Martz and Dick Vermeil. First and goal from the 2. Bruce in the first half is on a record-breaking pace. First and goal, draw to Falk, and he is stuffed for a loss. Buried by the cornerback Devin McCourty at the 4.
Yeah, Devin McCourty is clapping. And look at that New England sideline dancing and celebrating because they stopped Marshall Falk.
I mean, I don't understand why they're that jazzed. Are they looking at the scoreboard? Down 10-3, and the Rams have second and goal from the 5, or from the 4. 35 seconds to go in the half. Against the blitz, Warner flips it into the end zone, and Bruce, of course, is the target. He made the grab, but was out of bounds. Third and goal. Rams sprouted an empty formation in a pivotal play late in the first half. Patriots bring 3. Warner looks from the 10. Plenty of protection. Warner drops and unloads through the end zone. Great coverage in there by the Patriots. And they'll settle for the field goal. This is Jeff Wilkins with a chip shot. 21 yards, shorter than a PAT. And the kick is good. Rams have taken a 13-3 lead.
Yeah, after that field goal, New England is down by 10 points, and they need to score and score now.
And we'll see if they can pull it off. 3 timeouts in the back pocket for Bill Belichick in this half. The kickoff is down for a touchback. Now, certainly the mission has been accomplished by the Rams, not just offensively, but that incredible pass rushing unit has wreaked havoc on Tom Brady tonight.
Yeah, Brady cannot have any protection whatsoever, and New England is getting punished by this Rams defense.
The Patriots in their dynasty, their heyday in the 2010's, well, that dynasty scored over 28 points a game, but they're down 13-3. Brady goes deep. It's a beautiful throw downfield. It appears Brandon Cooks was on the receiving end of that one. It's a 20-yard gain, and the Patriots quickly burn timeouts. From the 45, he throws a slant. There's Edelman. Herring makes the play. Another 10-yard pickup and a New England first down at the 44-yard line. 2 incredible passing plays begins this drive for New England. It's almost as if we're wondering where this offense was in the first 2 drives of the game. He flips it short to his left, and Gronk gains a yard. 105 yards passing for Brady, including 36 on this drive. 2nd and 9 from the 43. Belt high snap to Brady. He looks with 5 seconds to go in the half, and he is hit as he throws as the pass flies out of bounds. So this makes for an interesting decision, Gavin. Do you kick a field goal or go for it?
I do not know. They might kick a field goal. They might punt. I don't know what they're going to do, but we'll see what happens.
Well,
and they're going to
kick.
kick.
They're going to settle for the field goal. This would be the longest kick of the season for the Gostkowski and any kicker in the league. It's on the way and is just short. Well, he made one from long distance, yet missed that one just a couple of yards underneath the crossbar. When with 2 quarters complete, our score is 13-3 in favor of the St. Louis Rams of the 2000s. Now, the Patriots defense, for all of the doldrums they had to begin the game, we'll certainly talk about that in a moment. Here's a look at games around the league. Gavin, what are your thoughts of what you see here?
Yeah, all the games are going to be really good this week, and hopefully a lot of the teams that I like win.
How about that game you see there? Seahawks and Jets. 2010's Legion of Boom, Seattle, and the 60s Jets. Two different styles, but that's what's cool about the DSFL. Two different ages come together.
Yeah, it's old school versus new school, and both teams are really good.
Yeah, and the Seahawks, I'm sure, looking at this game, crossing fingers for a Rams loss because the division is airtight. There's a look at some of the highlights in the first half. The Rams are 8-4, the Niners are 8-4, and the Seahawks are 7-5. That's how the NFC West looks going into the home stretch of the season. Kickoff down for a touchback. It's a breakneck pace, Gavin, but I'd like to know your thoughts of the first half as a whole.
It's not even close. The Rams are just firing on all cylinders, and Brady knows that, and he has to hurry and score a bunch of points in order to beat this Rams team, because you're not going to beat this Rams team on offense. It's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Hand off to Ridley, and he is loose at the 30 and takes a tumble to the 41-yard line. Well, the Patriots offense picked the wrong time to get things going, because their last drive, had they had more time, it looked like they could have found the end zone, yet they begin the third quarter the same way they finished the second quarter, with a big play and a first down.
Yeah, really good run there by Ridley, but they have to score in order to beat this team.
Now, Stephon Ridley had an incredible performance last week at San Diego. 19 carries for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. He takes the call here and is smoked after a 2-yard pickup by Jones. His 65th tackle of what has been a terrific year for the middle backer out of Missouri. Brady sees something. He audibles to an empty formation. Brady fires and overthrows the pass to Gronk. It's one of his favorite players of all time with New England, and there just hasn't been the same chemistry that we're used to between Brady and Gronk.
Yeah, that was the second or third miss that Brady hit Gronk.
And Brady misses Amendola there, so New England will punt.
Brady right now has the identity of Jamarcus Russell, but what's going on?
Hey, we don't mean too much shade on Jamarcus Russell, but yeah, it certainly looks like he's that inaccurate. I mean, it's been bad. He has completed 10 throws, but it's just not the same type of throws that we're used to seeing. And the Rams have the ball back with a 13-3 lead. The St. Louis offense, during this winning streak, is scoring over 26 points per game, and the offense is rolling yet again. Warner unloads over the middle. Another first down to Bruce. Isaac Bruce, the 3-time Pro Bowler from Memphis, goes over 100 yards in tonight's game.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce signaling first down, and that is how you beat New England. You just tire out the defense.
Now, who knows if Isaac Bruce joins potentially Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame. These two guys were borderline Hall of Famers because of just how great they were for so long. Bruce in the DSFL 6 with a great finish of the season, could have over 1,000 yards receiving. Really just an unprecedented year for the two stars at wideout. 6-yard gain for Marshall Faulk. Faulk has also had an incredible year. And who knows, maybe with a good finish of the season, he could be the MVP of the whole league. That's just how good he's been. He has 11 touchdown carries in the DSFL 6 this season. 2nd and 4, Warner in the gun, throws the slant. Isaac Bruce. I mean, the Patriots have got to figure out a way to slow him down in the ball game. Gilmore gets torched again. 8th grab of the football game for Isaac Bruce. From the 49, Warner, incomplete. That brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Warner with the misfire, and let's see if they can throw again or maybe even run.
Now Faulk is in the block, and his throw is incomplete to Holt. Well, they're doing a pretty decent job, is the Patriots, in covering Torrey Holt. It's the other guy that's torturing them right now, from the great words of Gavin Hill. Warner on 3rd down is sacked. That's by Chris Long, who records his first sack of the season.
Yeah, Long with the sack. and Bill is pumping up his fists, and they might get the ball back.
Well, we've been throwing in some DSFL 2 throwbacks. Howie Long is part of the Raiders. Chris Long, he's related, and he makes the play for the Patriots.
Yeah, Long is just firing up on all cylinders, and they're punting.
So the Patriots, after this punt from Sean Landetta, they've got the ball back, but they are given a long field to work with here with 5:09 to go in the third quarter. We knew that the St. Louis offense was sensational, but who knew that the Rams had this type of a defense, Gavin?
Yeah, it is insane how the Rams are playing on defense right now, and you rarely see New England do this bad on offense.
Yeah, the St. Louis Rams had the third best defense of the NFL in 2001. That was the year in which they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, that 2001, and that was the game that began the dynasty. New England, since that moment, has, of course, 6 Super Bowl championships, and we're taking a look at the back half of that dynasty, which was really, really good.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. This team is really good, but right now they're struggling.
And the Patriots better be careful to avoid a safety as they have the ball placed at their own 1-yard line. That's just how bad things have gotten. Handoff, and there's the safety. Mike Jones makes the tackle. The Rams have taken a 15-3 lead on a defensive beatdown of the Patriots tonight.
Mike Jones, the young hero from the Tennessee Titans Super Bowl back in 1999, goes and makes the tackle, and it's 2 points for the Rams.
Now, one of the most just perplexing developments on NFL Network that I've seen is that they said that Super Bowl was not one of the 10 greatest Super Bowls of all time. I wasn't all but 5 years old when that happened, but I mean, come on. To have a Super Bowl end with a tackle at the 1-yard line, that's got to be pretty good, right? That sounds like a top 10 Super Bowl to me.
Yeah, Nick, come on. What were they thinking?
You know, they need to watch more DSFL footage. That's what they need. 15-3. Warner in the third quarter, up by 2 scores. He's going deep and finds Oz Hakeem. There's his man for a 19-yard gain. First reception of the contest for the slot from San Diego State, and a first down for St. Louis.
The full name is Azahir Hakeem, but anyway, he is a great receiver nonetheless.
His 22nd catch of the season for the former Aztec. He is one of quite a few players for this dynasty for St. Louis out of San Diego State, joining the greats of Marshall Faulk and running back Justin Watson. Warner unloads over the middle, and he finds his man in stride. It's complete to Torrey Holt. Now, who knew that they had another receiver, not Isaac Bruce, but Warner's spreading the wealth on this drive.
Oh, yeah, not just Isaac Bruce is making the catch, but Hakeem and Holt are making catches too. And New England's got to do something, or they're going to lose the track on the Rams.
Exactly. Warner, play action. Rush is coming. He goes deep to the right side and finds his man. It's complete to Torrey Holt for a gain of 28. This has just been insane. Superlatives can't describe just how electric this offense has been. There's Bill Belichick. I think in real life he'd be even more upset than he is right now. First and goal, St. Louis.
Yeah, he's probably going to throw his clipboard after this play right here.
The Rams have been spectacular in the red zone this game and this season, and have first and goal from the 6-yard line, up 15-3. Warner with the handoff. Faulk already has 1 touchdown run of the ball game. Yet is smoked at the 4. Taken down just short of the goal line by the Pro Bowler out of Alabama and Donta Hightower. 73 tackles for him coming in this year. Faulk on the inside run. He is taken down at the 3. Wrapped up by Chandler Jones, the Pro Bowler from Syracuse. It brings up a 3rd and goal. Rams this season are converting 41% of their 3rd downs. Warner to the end zone. Hakeem has got it. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Yeah, they're just running all over New England right now. and this Rams team is ready for a feast.
Well, it isn't often that we see a DSFL 6 radio game that's a blowout, yet we may have one going. The Patriots are running out of chances to even make this thing interesting, but if they are to overcome this deficit, it'd be one of the great comebacks in the history of the DSFL. We'll see if they can somehow do it. The extra point from Wilkins is good, and our score late in the third quarter is 22-3 in favor of the 2000's Rams. Gavin, did you see this coming? I didn't.
Not at all, Nick, but the Rams know that they're the greatest show on turf, and they will not say no.
The Patriots certainly are accustomed to not saying no despite huge deficits. Just ask the Atlanta Falcons. Amendola returns to the 27. This team had the best offense in the NFL in 2017. That was the year when Brady threw for over 500 yards against Philadelphia, but still lost the game. That might make Phil Nunziata chuckle from his own humble abode. But this is just an offense that's capable of coming back from any deficit. Ridley spins at the 33.
Yeah, they need to not run a whole lot, but then pass so they can score, and then score again, and then score again.
Yeah, and they've certainly got to make some stops defensively too. They have had very little of that throughout today's game. Rams bring 4. Brady checks it down to his left and finds Ridley. Taken down by the cover man from North Carolina, cornerback Dre Bly. First down of the gain of 5. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Brady checks it down this time to his right side. And Gronk gains 2. Now the numbers for Tom Brady, down 22-3, you'd think that he wouldn't have the sort of performance he has. Efficient, but not very long passes. Ridley is stopped with a flag thrown by London Fletcher.
Oh, man, what a really bad flag there against James Devlin, the fullback.
And the fullback out of Brown University. Who knew they had a football program? 2nd and 17. Patriots have a 3-receiver set this time as the Rams bring 4, and Brady's long ball is dropped. That was right on the money to Danny Amendola, but he couldn't hang on. It brings up a 3rd and 17. New England's, who came in 19th and third downs, not necessarily great, but they have been dreadful on third down today. Snap, Brady, pressure is coming. He avoids it momentarily, yet is drilled from behind by Kevin Carter, who is having a whale of a game for the Rams defense.
Yeah, Brady nearly pulled an Eli Manning in the Super Bowl, but he got sacked there.
Now, Tom Brady, the funny thing is, I think in a 40-yard dash, I would take Eli Manning. Would you?
I think so.
That's the funny thing about just how incredible of a performer that Tom Brady is, considering that outside of the pocket, he was absolutely no threat, even though he does have a couple of touchdowns and also a highlight dancing through Brian Urlacher, which is also an amazing play. The punt sails to the 34-yard line, and Hakeem has a good return. He motors across the 50 and brings back the punt 19 yards to the 47. So for a team already up 19, they have a short field, and Kurt Warner, after a brilliant day against Tampa last week, it's another spectacular performance for the great Kurt Warner at quarterback tonight. 1st and 10 for the Rams, late in the third, across midfield at the 47-yard line. Handoff, and Falk is nailed at the 44. Gain of 3.
Yeah, Falk with the short gain there, and it is going to be 2nd and 7 coming up here.
The St. Louis Rams and the New England Patriots. A matchup between 2 of the great dynasties of all time, but it's been no contest as of now. Vince Wilfork, the dominant nose guard for New England, is hurt and out of the game with a few seconds to go in the third.
Yeah,
I'd like to take this time to mention the Rams. It should be noted, against the Patriots, well, this is the 3rd all-time meeting in the DSFL. Both teams have won 1, but no game was like this. Rams up 22-3. to close the third quarter. Warner looks and flips it short over the middle for Falk, and it's another first down. Move those chains to close the third quarter. What a performance for the Rams through 3 as they lead the game 22-3. One more scoring drive, and Gavin, I think this game might be over.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, but I think the Rams are clicking on all cylinders here.
They certainly are. Handoff for the left tackle to Falk, and he plunges with a 32 for a gain of 4. 17 carries for 42 yards. Marshall Falk, not quite the dominant performance that he's capable of as the Hall of Famer, but this game is the one that officially gives him over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Falk with another couple of yards there, taken down by Kyle Van Noy. 3rd and 5. Rams already in field goal range at the 31. Warner guns it to the right. It's reeled in, but short of the first down to Falk. So the Rams bring out the greatest kicker in the league this season. He is one of 5 who remain perfect on kicks this year. The kick is on the way, 44 yards out, and he hits his 3rd of the ball game. The kick is good.
Yeah, chalk up 3 more points for the Rams.
And this one's getting ugly. St. Louis, fresh off a dominant performance against Arizona. They come back again today, and they hope to continue this winning streak. 25-3, the Patriots' hopes of a comeback. It's down to this. Tom Brady and the offense has to deliver to have a chance. You're down by 22 here on the road.
Yeah, it's almost like that Falcons-Patriots game. They got to be like that
to have any chance. 4-down territory, certainly. Brady finds his man over the middle. That's a 6-yard hookup to Michael Bennett, taken down by Enos Williams at the 31-yard line. The game really is down to this. Brady from the gun is back to pass. Pass rush is coming. He's hit as he throws.
There it is.
Intercepted. Picked off by Williams, who brings it back to the 30 and is taken down to the 28-yard line. Tom Brady's nightmare in Los Angeles. It's a 25-3 Rams lead. It continues in the 4th quarter with the Williams interception.
Yeah, Brady is probably cussing to himself right now after that pick.
And Kurt Warner, this one is basically in the books. Kurt Warner's performance was a thing of beauty. And when we talk about the greatest quarterbacks of all time, very easily his name gets out of the mix because he only won 1 Super Bowl. But he almost did it in 2001. Falk off the left side, races to the 1. Another big play for the Rams offense. It's 1st and goal, but as mentioned a moment ago, Kurt Warner, when you talk about the greatest quarterbacks of all time, I think if he won 1 more Super Bowl, either with St. Louis or Arizona, we don't think of him as not the greatest or not in the running for the greatest.
Yeah, Kurt Warner is up there as one of the greatest.
1st and goal. From the 1-yard line, Warner is back to pass. Pressure is coming, and he, with one arm, is taken down by Chris Long. What a play by the pass rusher out of Virginia, his 2nd sack of the ball game.
Yeah, he had a wide-open receiver on the left side, but as you see, he took the sack.
And is taken down, and it should be noted, even though the division out of the NFC West is airtight, the Rams with a win would be 9-4 this season, and the first team in the DSFL 6 to clinch the playoffs. And this was their hard game down the stretch of the season. Warner turns, hands the Falk, touchdown. St. Louis is back on the board to put the finishing touches of a blowout win.
There's the knockout punch right there. Marshall Falk goes to Pater, and it is all over.
But just as mentioned a moment ago, the Rams have 3 games left in the regular season, and the schedule is incredibly light for St. Louis. Home for 4-8 New York Jets, at the 7-5 Legion of Boom, the Seahawks, and then home for the 4-8 Cardinals. So the Rams are 9-4, and they could easily finish the regular season 12-4, and then all of a sudden they're in the mix for the top seed in the conference.
Yeah, the Rams are just saying, hey, we can play football now. Now take this foot and shove it.
Is that really what they're saying?
Yeah.
Well, they certainly took their foot and shoved it off of the Patriots offense in the ball game, kicking every one of them down, screaming, this was ugly. 5:03 to go in the game. Patriots take over at their own 26-yard line. And now all of a sudden, I'm sure for the Patriots, there's got to be some pride in here. Like, we're not going to go down like this. We'll see if New England can figure out a way to get this offense going here late. Let's look at the quick numbers. 333 yards for the Rams, 100 for the Patriots. New England came in averaging 308 yards a game. The offense was 9th best in the league out of the DSFL 6 this season. 6-yard gain to his tight end. For Tom Brady, his numbers don't look horrible. Of course, the one interception sealed it, but he certainly could have played much better. He flips it over the middle on the run to Gronkowski. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, 135 yards for Brady, and 7 receptions for the highly touted tight end from Arizona, Rob Gronkowski. He flips it over the middle, and it's complete to Amendola. Now Leonard Little goes down after the gain of 8.
Man, there are so many injuries in this game. Reminds me of the body bag game with Philly and Washington.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, those guys were taken out on stretchers, but nevertheless, both of these teams, I'm sure, anxiously watching this injury report that will be posted in the DSFL 6 after this weekend. By the way, highlights of Week 14 of the league year are coming up this Sunday. The 5th-ranked passing game of New England's. Today, they look nothing like what they had throughout most of the season. 3rd and 2. Patriots need the 46. The pass is deflected and incomplete. Cooks was wide open, yet the pass falls down. 4th and 2. The Patriots 3 for 8 on 4th downs this year. They'll go to the ground. Ridley sheds a tackle, and they convert. First down, New England.
Yeah, that's the guts of Ridley, but they convert, but they got to hurry.
1st and 10. Brady from the gun, fakes the handoff, drops, launches over the middle, incomplete to Edelman. He is 16 of 27 today's game, despite coming in 4th in the league, converting 70% of his passes. Incredible run for Tom Brady. Blunt out of the backfield, sidesteps the defender, but is wrapped up inbounds at the 38. Kurt Warner and the Rams on their way to a blowout win.
Yeah, Warner saying, I can't hear you, crowd. Now let's get fired up for next week.
Yeah, fired up against the 4-8 60s Jets. I don't know how fired up they can be, but the Rams, I'm sure, Jazz, they're on their way to the playoffs. And now this division comes down to the successes of the 49ers and Seahawks. Deep to Edelman. It's a gain of 26 and a New England first down.
Yeah, where was Julian Edelman on that whole game?
Yeah, Edelman, 55 catches for 662 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. Incredible year, but that was really his only big play of the game today. New England, even with the loss, they will be 9-4, but the Dolphins are nipping on their heels. Miami is 7-5 in the AFC East, and the interesting part of that is Miami plays host to New England next week. The Dolphins would take first place in the division if Miami wins later today in Week 14, and then they beat the Patriots next week. All of a sudden, the Dolphins will be first place in the division. Play fake and a bootleg for Brady. He finds Gronkowski in the flat, who is wrapped up at the 3-yard line by Lorenzo Styles, the linebacker out of Ohio State. 2 minutes to go, Rams up 29.
Yeah, like you said, the Dolphins are creeping in on New England right now. If they beat them next week, then, and if they win in Week 14, then they'll be in first place.
And that would be amazing considering the huge advantage New England had in the division coming into today. 4th and 1. They converted 1 4th down already. Ridley sidesteps a defender and scores. Touchdown, Patriots. Ridley scores his 7th touchdown of the season. It isn't for a win, but it certainly makes this loss feel a little bit better going into next week.
Yeah, it's too little too late right now, but they must feel good to score that touchdown.
Yeah, it's just a surprise to see New England fall like this. Their schedule is a little bit more difficult. Of course, we're talking about it. A very important game is brewing next week, New England at Miami. Meanwhile, the Patriots also have 2 games at home to close the season. 6-6 Buffalo and 4-8 New York Jets is the upcoming schedule for New England. And I'm sure, Gavin, you're looking at this as this is a barometer to see where they are against the best team in the NFC. But the Patriots, we all know, coming in the playoffs, they're going to be a tough out.
Oh, yeah, New England. This is not going to happen again with New England. It's just that the Rams are just too good.
Yeah, especially right now. How they're rolling right now in the NFC. The onside kick is recovered by the diving Justin Watson, and that ends any hopes of a comeback for New England. And it snaps a 5-game winning streak for the Patriots, and for at least today, the St. Louis Rams exact revenge on the team that ended their dynasty in 2001. That's the New England Patriots. 32-10, the Rams win this one in a rout over the top team in the AFC, the 10's New England Patriots. Final 2 minutes of the ball game, Rams inside the Patriots territory. They'll go to the ground. Marshall Faulk lunges at the 41-yard line. I ask this at the end of every game. Gavin, who is your player of the game here in Week 14?
It's not even close. It's Kurt Warner. This Rams.
Bruce?
I think either Kurt Warner or Isaac Bruce.
All right, I'll ask you in just a second. 2nd and 5. I'm not saying you have to do Isaac Bruce. I just, all right, yeah, I'll go Kurt Warner. How about that? Yeah, we'll do Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner was great too. I mean, he was the one throwing all the passes, right?
Yeah.
3rd down and 1. This is the final play of the game. Hopefully, I'm sure the Patriots are crossing fingers. It's the final play of the game. It's a handoff to Marshall Faulk. He gets smoked. What a hit at the 36-yard line, but it's enough for the first down. Jamie Collins makes the stop for the Patriots. St. Louis gains over 340 yards. That's the 3rd most in a game this season for this offense. What a performance tonight by St. Louis.
Yeah, it's typical Rams. They say we're going to win, and they guarantee it.
Ah, that's a good one. Well, I wonder if Kurt Warner can guarantee a playoff run, but the Rams are going there. In the DSFL 6, we have playoff spots open for every team except one. The 2000's St. Louis Rams have embarrassed the Patriots. 9 of 10 wins for the Rams down the stretch of this year. And St. Louis is playoff bound, and they do so with a win today, led by player of the game, quarterback Kurt Warner. The Rams rack up 344 yards of offense. The defense holds the Patriots' passing game out of the end zone and picked off Tom Brady too. It was a shocker, Gavin Hill, but a win nonetheless by the final score of 32-10.
Yeah, it's not even close. 273 yards for Kurt Warner. Just a stud for the Rams.
Yes, Kurt Warner finishes the day player of the game, 21 of 27, 273 yards, and a touchdown. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, New England falls to 9-4 this year. Gavin, I know that this team most likely makes the DSFL 6 playoffs, but do you think the Patriots need to change any of their game plan going into the postseason, given they get there?
They need to pass more and run less, and not take any screen passes.
That's a good point. Ridley has solid numbers, but certainly when they feature the run, St. Louis had that one stopped from the start. It was an incredible performance by the Rams. Both teams are now 9-4, but the Rams are the first team to clinch the playoffs. Week 14 highlights are coming up this Sunday. For Gavin Hill and the rest of our broadcast team, this is Nick Rice saying so long. It's another edition of the DSFL 6 on EA Sports. The DSFL 6, the series that determined the greatest dynasty in NFL history. Good night. Great protection. Brady drops back inside the 20-yard line. Now here comes Leonard Little, who brings him down to the 15-yard line. And with second down and goal, the Patriots have yet to really cover much of anybody on this opening drive. It's an inside run to Marshall Faulk.
There it is.
Touchdown, St. Louis.
That's how dangerous Marshall Faulk is. He is a great running back, and he is dancing his way into pay dirt.